Good morning, YouTubers. That time of day again when my next wee story's due up. I was thinking last night about something that happened to me when I was 13 again. My grandmother and my grandfather lived in a big cottage, and not too far from where I live, about, 6 miles or something. So anyway, I spent most of my childhood down at my gran and grandpa's. I loved going down there because it's so much grassland and hills and meadows that we could go out and play in and climb trees and things. It was so much freedom down there compared to the actual village itself. Anyway, sadly in 1977, 78, I'm not sure, my grandpa passed away. My grandpa and I were just like any granddaughter and grandfather. I mean, he was there. So anyway, he passed away. So I had the funeral, etc. And which meant my grandmother was left in the house, basically on her own, for most of the day. So my mum said I could have a few days off of school, and I could go to my gran's and see if she needed anything done. There was other members of the family who looked after my grandmother. She wasn't totally on her own, but I liked going down. I liked the caring side that I had in my nature in those days. I still have it, but that sounds silly, doesn't it? But anyway, I goes down to my gran's and I'm in her kitchen doing up some dishes. And I hears her calling for me for the sitting room. Margaret, could you get a shovel of coal? So I finished washing the dishes, and beside the sink was a mirror, and it had my grandfather's hairbrush and his comb, etc. on this wee mirror, wee square mirror, a man's mirror, sorry. And she called for the sitting room, can you get me a shovel of coal? So I went over to where the ray burn was, and I picked up the wee shovel that you took outside into the big shed and got a shovel of coal. Well, just as I lifted the shovel, I walked towards the back door, and as I walked past my grandpa's mirror, I looked in it, and I sort of just looked to see if I was okay, if my hair was, although I don't have much hair now, but I had quite long hair then, and I just kind of shook my hair like that and walked on. And the minute I done it, he was standing directly behind me, just looking at me, and I froze at the kitchen door. The kitchen led into a wee tiny porch, and then for the porch outside. And I stood at the kitchen door, and the big brass handles on the doors, and I was holding the handle of the door, and it was stone cold. Yeah, I was terrified, absolutely. And I don't know why, because it was my grandpa, it was my pap, and I just stood, and it was like cold water pouring down the back of my neck to my feet, and I thought, what do I do? And I looked round, nobody there. I was the most shook up I think I has ever been, and my gran's anyway. So I went on out, got the shovel of coal, come back in, went through. Gran obviously seen I was a wee bit no right, and she says, are you okay? I says, yeah, I'm fine. I didn't want to tell her that I had just saw my papa, but after I put the coal in the fire and took the shovel back through to the ray burn, I went on with the dishes, and I thought, no, I've got to tell her. So I went and I said to her, I says, Gran, did you see anything? Because obviously she would have saw what I saw for the kitchen door leading into where she was sitting beside the fire in the living room. No, what's wrong? What's wrong with you? And I told her, and she just put her head down, and I thought, I've made my gran sad. But I think what my gran was basically telling me was that she had also seen him. Now, I couldn't swear in that, but I'm positive that's what she was meaning, because she put her head down and she never said yes or no. And I told her, I says, I got enough awful fright, but she says, you know your papa wouldn't hand me anyway. I says, I know that, but I was 13, 14, and it really shook me up. But anyway, as I say, the house sat on its own, and the nearest neighbour was maybe 100 yards away or something. It was a beautiful, beautiful big cottage. Its name was Clover Park, and I loved my childhood down there. A lot of things, unusual things happened in that house, but that's just families for you. It was a family home for many, many, many years, and hence now there's a new family in it, and I haven't ever had the guts to ask them if anything strange happens in the house, but maybe someday I will. Okay, so that's another of my wee stories for today, and I hope you have a nice day, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you very much. Bye bye.